What is up, crewmates? I hope my voice doesn't sound too shit. I'm sick. Been sick for over a week now. It's a little rough. But I finally feel like I can fucking play video games, which is crazy to say. I've been struggling to play video games. I've been so sick. I've been just like sitting down on my bed, doing absolutely
Hold it right
nothing.
there.
Oh,
You're supposed to be in that holding cell. You're not going anywhere. There's a full complement of guards in the next room. As soon as I get them, you're going back to your cell. In a body bag if necessary.
who's this guy think he is? Take a hike.
I have somewhere else to be.
That's kind of crazy. Well, I'm in the thick of the Enclave base. They kidnapped me and took my GEC.
This is your president speaking. I've invited our guest from Vault 101 to my office. Please do not impede her progress. Thank you for your cooperation.
What up?
If you're supposed to be meeting the president, then go do it. Get away from me.
He said it's down the hall to the left, I think. I don't remember. It has been a minute since I've played. Interesting. They're doing tests on ghouls and super mutants, it would appear.
Hello.
Attention! This is Colonel Autumn. You are hereby...
Wait, what? Did I take too long? Bruh. Well, I guess I'm fighting the Enclave now. Okay, whatever. Damn. What is this motherfucker doing? I guess there's no reason to talk to President Eden other than to get the GEC. Super Sledge is pretty powerful. Hence the name, I suppose. And I'll just let that one go, I guess. There, I've got some fully repaired armor. What the fuck is going on?
Face to face at last. It's high time we met. I'm quite pleased you were able to make it. The trip was not what I had intended, but serves as an adequate test of your abilities.
Really?
What any good politician wants, your continued trust and support. In your case, however, I have more specific things to ask of you, if you'll hear me out. Oh, but we do, don't you see? You wouldn't be here if you weren't important. Your country needs you. My abilities to influence the world are limited at this time. I alone can only do so much. You, however, may come and go as you please. You have a greater degree of freedom. Perhaps it's best if I explain why things need to change, and why I'd like you to act on my behalf. Yes, indeed. The point is that we are hampered at every turn by a world gone wrong. So-called super mutants, ghouls, horrific creatures. The mutations outside these walls must be cleansed before we can prosper. Mutation must be eradicated. I believe your father's work can do that more quickly and efficiently than ever possible before. You must understand, we need to clear the way for humanity to rebuild the wastes. By making a few small modifications to the purifier your father worked on, mutations can be eradicated with a little effort. Anything mutated that comes into contact with that water will be eliminated, removed from the gene pool. The men and women of the world will no longer share it with the horrors and monstrosities that have become so commonplace. What I require of you is really very simple. There is a vial in front of you filled with a modified FEV virus. It needs to be inserted into the control console for the purifier.
Is that not redundant? Doesn't FEV mean forced evolutionary virus?
The purifier will be activated.
Stupid ass enclave.
Automated. It's not too much to ask of you, is it? I find that unfortunate and most disappointing. I must impress upon you the severity of the situation. I cannot allow you to leave unless the vial is in your possession.
You can't be the president. You're an abortion of science. That's badass.
Really? Do go on.
You aren't programmed for self-awareness. You were never elected president.
Is our nation really in a state to be holding public elections? I think not. Once we have re-established ourselves and brought civilization to the land around us, then we can return to the old world.
Once we kill everybody who doesn't agree with us.
Because unlike humans, I am infallible. Because I've been programmed to be, of course.
That's circular logic. You know because you know.
Processing. Internal logic error detected.
I think you're delusional.
Resetting primary memory circuits. Please stand by. Perhaps there is a problem. I am unsure how to proceed.
Shut yourself down.
Processing directive. New directive accepted. Self-destruct sequence initialized. Civilian is advised to remove hazardous FEV material and exit at once.
Feels like the game's winding down to a close if I just got the Enclave guy to kill himself. Pretty easily at that. Do you think they just got the Gek chilling in a locker in this game like they did in Fallout 2? You have a plasma rifle. I actually want to kill you. Well, I got no Gek in my pocket. Is this my goat?
The time for blood! I promise it will be swift but painful. Let the best pass first. My friend! I see I found you at last! I knew you had survived, and I had hoped to assist in your rescue, to repay my debt to you.
Looks like you got a new toy, huh?
Yes, and the most fascinating one at that. Whoa, this technology is amazing. Imagine the evil that can be eliminated with such tools.
Fox, what the hell are you doing out here?
I saw your capture, and a little cleverness allowed me to follow your captors. I only wish I could have arrived sooner to aid your escape. As I owe you my freedom, I felt it was only fair that I return the favor. After all, I know no one else in this world.
I could always use a hand. Let's go,
My
Fox.
friend, I would be honored to follow a hero such as yourself. Shall we go?
Okay, my goat. So what do we do first? Report to Elder Lyons at the Citadel. I feel like I'm really low energy. I mean, it's because I'm sick. I've had a pretty shitty week because of that. I've been throwing up all the time. Not fun. Look, my goat. My goat is here.
All I'm saying is, the longer we sit here, the more time they have to shore up their defenses. We should hit them sooner rather than later.
We barely have the manpower to keep the Citadel fortified. We've been over this before, Sarah.
So we just wait until they decide we're next on the list? If the Pride goes in now, we might have a chance.
And if you fail, then what? The risk is not worth the reward.
I agree. Without the Gek, the Purifier is useless to the Enclave anyway. They may give up before long.
I don't like it.
You don't have to like it, Sarah. You just have to follow orders.
Yes, Father.
So, you're back. We had feared both you and the Gek were lost. Were you successful?
I found the Gek.
Excellent. With that, we hold the key to keeping the Enclave from controlling the Purifier.
Well, it's not quite that simple.
Then we must go at once. If you have any other information, tell me now before we mobilize. Any help you can give might save lives.
Eden wanted me to sabotage a project with a virus. The Enclave is fractured. The Enclave doesn't have the activation code. Raven Rock is destroyed.
That's an unexpected but welcome surprise. Hopefully it'll reduce their ability to defend themselves. With that in mind, we need to revise our strategy.
If the Enclave has the Gek, there's nothing stopping them from starting the Purifier. They'll figure out the code eventually.
I'm afraid you're right. We need to act now while we can.
I'm afraid you're right. Now she's right.
Do it. We can win this.
All right, Sarah. The Pride goes in. But I want them to have some extra firepower. Rothschild, is it ready?
What? No, I mean, Lee and I have solved the power problems, but we've only barely finished diagnostic tests.
So?
It's not ready for field tests, let alone live fire situations. The weapons haven't been calibrated, the navigation detection system is offline.
You sound like a whiny baby, dude.
Rothschild, enough. Can you make it work?
Honestly, I don't know. I think we can scrape by, and I suppose if we can't, it won't matter in the long run anyway.
Then it's decided. Sarah, you take the Pride and use the robot as support. Take our friend here and secure that purifier.
Yes, sir. Before we get started, I wanted to let you know that my father and I have been talking. The Pride and I have decided that after all you've survived, you've done enough to be an honorary member of Lion's Pride. So congratulations. Membership comes with some privileges, including our power armor. You want the full suit or the recon armor?
I don't recall asking to be part of your little club.
Sure thing.
Go back to the
Hopefully,
club.
it'll give you a bit of an extra edge. Okay. So do you think you can hold it together for this?
Of course.
Now that's what I like to hear, soldier. You all packed? We're not coming back here anytime soon. Okay, don't be nervous. You'll have the whole Pride backing you up, not to mention this giant tin can. Just stay safe until we reach the purifier. You're no good to us if you're dead. And don't let that thing step on you. Okay, we're going to go over it one more time. The Pride is on me. The goal is Project Purity, but we can't get into the facility with those energy fields up. Rothschild and Lee say this robot should be able to take down the energy fields. So we're on fire support. We stay close to the thing, keep it clear, and get it to where it needs to go. Once the fields are down, we head straight for the facility. We'll use the robot to keep them occupied while we get inside.
Liberty Prime.
We need to move
Littlebot.
quickly before we lose the chance to surprise them. Get whatever supplies you don't already have, and we'll meet in the Bailey. When we're done with this, everyone can have a nice cold glass of water on me. Let's move. All right, Rothschild, fire it up. Pride, move out!
Nice cold glass of water. That sounds so nice. Muttering about Chinese communists. What the fuck? Why does Bethesda think the Chinese communist thing is so funny? Fail a hack attempt? Not if you're a computer whiz. You can rehack any computer you've been part of. You can repick broken locks. Interesting perk choices. Which one looks cooler? I like the Enclave one. I guess we're going back to Le Project Purity. Well, I guess this is the final stretch of the game. Do I even need to do anything here? Ooh, Enclave Hellfire, interesting. Wonder what this one looks like. It's like fine. I like the OG Enclave armor from Fallout 2. And the one that you can get in New Vegas. You know, it's really funny how Liberty Prime is not being used by the Enclave. The Enclave are the guys who seems like they would be trying to killing communists. Like it's not even worth shooting them.
Significant obstruction detected. Composition: titanium alloy supplemented by enhanced photonic resonance barrier. Established stratagem inadequate. Revised stratagem: initiate photonic resonance overcharge.
Oh wow, Liberty Prime can just get through the barrier.
America will never fall to communist invasion.
Infect the Project Purity water supply, or not. That was pretty easy.
You again. I can't say I'm surprised. You and your ilk seem hell-bent on destroying everything our government has worked to achieve. There's nothing to stop me from killing you this time. Let's end this.
Give up, bub.
I beg to differ. The Enclave is at the height of its power. Once this facility is operational, the masses will flock to the Enclave for fresh water, protection, and a plan for the future. You're in over your head, and no amount of talking is going to get you
Oh,
out
I guess
of
I'm
it.
failing speech
Once
checks.
you're dead, we'll finish off this pathetic brotherhood and become the true saviors of the wasteland. This ends now!
Well, that takes care of that. By now, the Pride
Yes,
should
it
be
does.
mopping up whatever opposition is left outside. Let's get this room secured.
Hello? Hello? Is anyone there?
Dr. Lee, it's Sarah
something's wrong with
Lyons.
the
I'm in the
purifier.
control room. We're
Please,
both here.
someone
What's
answer.
going on?
I've been monitoring the equipment remotely, and we have a serious problem. The facility has been damaged during the fighting. Some of it looks accidental, some of it may have been sabotage. There's pressure building up in the holding tanks. It needs to be released now, or else the whole facility could explode. To release the pressure, you're going to have to turn the purifier on. Do you understand me? It has to be turned on now. If I'm reading this right, I'm afraid there are lethal levels of radiation inside the chamber. I'm sorry. I wish there was some other way, but there's just no time. It has to be done now, or the damage will be catastrophic.
Well, so much for celebrating. One of us is going to have to go in there and turn the damn thing on. And whoever does it isn't coming back out. Not exactly how I imagine going out, you know?
Well, what about my
So,
super
what should we
mutant
do?
companion,
Draw
Fox?
straws? If that's how you want to do this, fine. But be quick about it.
This is a dire predicament. What shall we do? Of course! My immunity to radiation makes me a far better candidate for surviving in there.
Yes, indeed it does. That's exactly what I was thinking
Would
about.
say that your destiny lies within that chamber, but you have already altered mine. The least I can do is return the favor, cycle the airlock, and we'll put an end to this.
You know, I heard that letting Fox go in here wasn't even like an option when the game first came out. Like they just completely overlooked it. And they forced somebody to go in and then die. Or like you to go in and die.
If you're still there, the purifier needs to be activated now. You don't have much time left.
I know Fox got it. There we go.
And so it was that the lone wanderer ventured forth from Vault 101, intent on discovering the fate of a father who had once sacrificed the future of humanity for that of his only child. The capital wasteland proved a cruel, inhospitable place, but the lone wanderer refused to surrender to the vices that had claimed so many others. The values passed on from father to child, selflessness, compassion,
I never even met
honor,
Three Dog.
guided this noble soul through countless trials and triumphs.
Crazy Wolfgang.
It was not until the end of this long road that the lone wanderer was faced with that greatest of virtues, sacrifice. But the child refused to follow the father's selfless example, instead allowing a true hero to venture into the irradiated control chamber of Project Purity.
Fox is a hero. What can I say?
Thankfully, when selected by the sinister president to be his instrument of annihilation, the Wanderer refused. Humanity, with all its flaws, was deemed worthy of preservation. The waters of life flowed at last, free and pure for any and all. The capital wasteland, at long last, was saved. So ends the story of the Lone Wanderer, who stepped through the great door of Vault 101 and into the annals of legend. But the tale of humanity will never come to a close, for the struggle of survival is a war without end. And war never changes.
You know, it's kind of crazy that they dig at me for sending Fox in. But like, I'm saving lives out here. What's the difference between saving my own life? Cuz like, I don't need to die there. Come on.
Careful now, careful. Don't move too quickly. Everything's fine, you're safe. You're in the Citadel. I was starting to think you might never wake up, despite assurances to the contrary.
Why was I knocked out?
I've been coming down here every day to see both you and my daughter. It's good that at least one of you has recovered. Please, relax.
I don't even know who
Everything
Sarah is.
fine. You were brought back to the Citadel after some sort of energy spike in the purifier. You and Sarah were both knocked unconscious. Quite a bit has happened since then. Indeed it did. The tidal basin is full of fresh, clean water now. We've been working to see that it's distributed to as many people as possible across the wasteland. In fact, I'm hopeful that soon we won't be referring to the wasteland any longer. None of this would have been possible without the efforts of both you and your father. I doubt we shall ever be able to truly repay you.
So what happens now?
Well, that's really up to you, isn't it? The Brotherhood has a clear plan of action. The remnants of the Enclave must be swept away. The Pride has been working to this end ever since we took the Purifier back. The only remaining question is whether we can count on you to help us.
No thanks.
That's a shame. We could use your assistance. And since you have done so much to aid our cause and proven yourself more than capable, you have been named a Knight of the Brotherhood of Steel. Should you change your mind, Scribe Rothschild can brief you on what's been going on these last few weeks.
Yo, I get one last level up. You know, to be honest, what I do now, save, quit, don't play anymore. I'm joking. This game was honestly, this was really fun. And as much as I don't want to do any side content or optional content, it was like, you know, it was fun. I'm playing video games. How could I not be having fun, to be honest? If I wasn't having fun, I wouldn't be playing them. But yeah. But like I was saying, it seems strange. It seems strange that like game shits on you for having Fox go in. But like whatever, I guess. And I'll say one thing that made me think about is, in the context of saving lives, is saving your own life not seen as like an act that is commemorable? Because in the end, you are saving a life, even if it's yours. Like, it's very specifically in the circumstance of I die or I don't die. Is it? I think it is not even a question of whether or not I would spare my own life in that situation, unless I feel like shit, I guess. I mean, that ending left a lot to be desired in that it didn't tell me about anything in the wasteland. It just kind of showed slideshows of the people I've met and said war never changes. Pretty typical Fallout ending. Out of all of the ones I've played so far, all on the hardest difficulty. 1, 2, 3, 4, and New Vegas. Out of all of those, this one is easily my least favorite, just like I thought it would be. Because the story and the dialogue are really lacking. The difficulty, really lacking. Fallout New Vegas was pretty fun in that it had survival mode, and it had a lot of crazy RPG bullshit that you could do. Like, I remember I had this perk that made it whenever I hit somebody with a melee weapon, there was a chance that they just get knocked over. And if they get knocked over, they're just done, because I'm just going to slam the shit out of them with my melee weapon more. And then there's plasma spaz, which I believe said whenever you kill somebody with a plasma weapon, they just kind of explode, which was fucking awesome. Like, that game knew how to capture my attention. This game it feels like an extremely bare bones first person RPG. And compared to the rest of the series, it's just like Fallout 4 did a significantly better job at being that first person RPG, first person action RPG of like, because in this game, if I shoot something, there's like always a 5% chance I'll miss. That is like that's been a staple of the Fallout series forever. Where it's like if I'm pointing my gun directly at somebody in this game, then my bullet could just go to the left. And in Fallout 4, that does not happen. Fallout 4 has a lot more traditional gun mechanics where if you aim and you shoot, that's where your bullet goes. But yeah, I think this game's still worth it. Like the world is interesting. There's lots of cool shit going on, but the dialogue options and just everything else is just left a lot to be desired, which is made up for in the other Fallout games. So I'm glad I beat it, just because it's part of the series, and now the only games I really need to beat if I want to are Fallout 76 and Fallout Tactics, which I'm pretty iffy on, so that's a maybe. But I think this is going to be my last Fallout 3 video, just because I don't have the drive to play it more than finishing it, you know? I might come back to it sometime, but I highly doubt it. And it's not going to be in the near future, because I got a lot of shit going on. But that's the last of Fallout 3 for now. I'll see y'all in another video game. Peace. I'm dead.